IPs or Indigenous Peoples were made as combatants. They are exploited to be engaged in violent acts against the government na di naman nila alam kung ano yung pinaglalaban nila.
Unemployment causes poverty. With the presence of a global pandemic, it is far worsened. In 2020 alone, COVID-19 has made 4.5 million Filipinos jobless and have immobilized both small businesses and big industries. While many have already adapted to the new normal, are working from home in front of their computers and with an internet connection, there are still those who are left out. So, what about them? They who have no access to the internet and no access to any gadget. What do they do?
Dili rata ka kuan, dili rata palit sa gusto natong paliton. Pastin bugas gani isa na lang kilo ang mapalit. Kapay walay suntan, walay makuha. Anak bitaw, wala gyud. Liso na kaayo kay nanay din.
Many of our IPs who have lost their incomes as a result of lockdown measures are at a higher risk of falling into extreme poverty. Because of the pandemic, there are also others who are unable to sell their agricultural products in big cities and markets because of the lack of means of transportation for goods and closure of markets in indigenous areas. The world is cruel, and it doesn't excuse them. It is indeed unfortunate that they, our fellow Filipinos, are left behind. However, there is still hope left, and we can still do something about it. For instance, as the PNP's R-PSB organization aims to support IP communities, we too can extend our help by coordinating with them.
Sige, siguro let me take off from the saying that peace and development are two important sides of economic development. There's no development if peace and order is a problem. And the peace and order situation also is being spurred by economic development. If I will now relate this to the ancestral domain, this is the area where most of our indigenous peoples live. Alam niyo yung situation doon. I've been there. I've been with the IPs, and I have also had the chance to talk to them because of the so many factors: geographical condition, yung terrain, yung infrastructure, and then the other services like education, health. So ito yung wala sa kanila. These factors provide them with less opportunity, not only less, pero no opportunity at all to develop themselves. So they become vulnerable to people who exploit them. Say for example, itong mga NPA, yung NDF, the CPP front organizations, they exploit them and use them as combatants. So there's a study conducted by the 10th Infantry Division in 2010 that 4 out of 5 IPs or Indigenous Peoples were made as combatants. So nakakaawa sila. They are exploited to be engaged in violent acts against the government na di naman nila alam kung ano yung pinaglalaban nila. All they know is that gusto nilang mabuhay din, gusto nilang ma-provide sila ng basic needs, but these basic needs are being hampered by the factors of production. Importante dito yung education, yung technology, yung infrastructure. So these are the things that they don't have, unlike us in the urban areas na andun yan lahat. Mawalan nga lang tayo ng yung mga kabataan ngayon, mawalan lang tayo ng signal ng internet. Nagwawala na. So just to put an emphasis on the difference ng situation. Kaya namin na conceptualize yung revitalized police sa barangay basically of our desire to bring these people closer to the government.
Mga private individual ni sila ha. At kanang mga taga-government agency para ipadama sa inyo nga naami.
What R-PSB is all about is to show that our government care for all Filipinos. Or our government is not only for those people who live in the urban areas. So we have to reach out farther because they are also Filipinos. What I'd like to share to you yung motto ng ating R-PSB, and perhaps that will be my concluding remarks. Faith without work is dead. Diba? Meaning, it's still the work. The work that you do is the true worship. Orario es labore, labore es orare. To pray is to work, and to work is to pray.
So, what about them? They who have no access to the internet and no access to any gadget. What do they do?
PAGMATNGON, PAMALANDONG,
Ug ipahibalo sa tanan.
Sila
Sila
nanginahanglan
nanginahanglan sa atong tabang.
I, you,
And we have the power to change their lives.
their lives.